Welcome back to my channel, where the only life crisis I'm having isn't mid, it's Sims. Today we're back with our Ultimate Decades Challenge family, the Godfreys, and just looking at everybody's moodlets here, everyone is still really sad because in the last episode, we did lose the matriarch of our family, Cecily, to rabid rodent disease. But life goes on the farm. And so today we do have to come through and take care of cleaning up the garden after the previous fall season. And then we also need to do some planting. We're going to go ahead and weed this area. And here we have Thomas has come out to help out with a little bit of the gardening and the farming today. But he really is going to have to focus for right now on taking care of the infants and then also just doing like the cooking and some of the things around the farm that the kids can't do. And that means that our younger or our older children, the heir right now, which we see right there, Peter, and then also his sister Hugelina, they're going to have to take up more activities around the farm and just take on more responsibility. The first of those things that we're going to do is we are going to have to rely on Peter to go into town today to take care of getting any additional seeds and also anything that we need for the winter planting, but also so that we can have him sell any of the things that we want to sell off from our fall harvest. And off he goes on his big adventure. Oh, and of course it started raining on him as he heads out to town. Let's see if he can do it. And he's going to try some haggling. Okay, well that didn't work, but that's okay. All right, so come back over here. And I'm going to set him up to do a sale. Let's go ahead and sell some items. It looks like that's going to get us about 900 simoleons. So that is not bad. And then let's see if we need to, if we can buy anything seed-wise from her. Oh, he's so sad. Oh, he can't buy anything. Can he? Oh, is it closed? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go with what we have. All right, so I can already hear a baby crying. Thomas is still very sad, but luckily we are coming to the end of his mourning period, so that should be over tonight. But we got to get through the night first. So Emma is really hungry, and Catherine is kind of hungry. Let's go ahead and have him be the one who is really hungry. All right, so Thomas is taking care of that. Tomorrow is our Christmas holiday, and even though that is going to be more focused probably on, having meal and going to the holiday ceremony, we're also going to have Thomas give them some gifts that I think are actually going to help them. Okay, so we finally got both of the kids fed and put to bed, and it is really late. And actually, we just finally see Peter getting home. And I was going to have him check in with his dad, but he is about to fall flat asleep. Oh, he just came in asleep in the big bed. You know what? Why not? And in the morning, we're going to have to actually deal with this planting situation. It is also Christmas, so lots of things going on. And we'll be looking at our kids getting some new skill items so that they can work on some things that can be helpful around the farm. I don't know why it is, but she's always sitting on this little stool over here to eat when she has to eat by herself. All right, there she is. She's got her food. And now let's have her go ahead and go to bed. And you know what, Peter, that's fine. You can just keep sleeping in that bed too. Oh, I'm sorry. What is this? We have I guess we still need Thomas to go out and say his final goodbyes to Cecily so we can release her spirit because right now she is wandering around, and because she died of rabid rodent fever or whatever it is, I guess she's turned into a rodent ghost. And she's going around and cleaning things up. So actually, I kind of want to watch her do that. Oh yeah, go ahead. Is it cheating to let your dead wife do the chores? Oh, where did she go? And we've got a knock on the door from Hugo. My guy, it's like 1 in the morning. This must be really important. All right, come on, check in on Hugo. What's going on, man? You sure there's nothing wrong? There's nothing serious that you need to come talk to us about in the middle of the night? Oh, yeah, how are you doing? He's just checking in on us. Wants to see how we're doing. And there she is. You know what? I'm sorry. We just need to say goodbye. Can he say anything to her? Yep. Say goodbye. Let's have Thomas come out here now that he's talked to Hugo and he's gotten to say goodbye. He can go ahead and mourn her and then release spirit for Cecily. But it's time to do it. Oh, okay. We're still going. All right. And it's finally time. It says, releasing Cecily's soul to the Neverworld will forever free her spirit from this mortal realm. Are you sure you want to do this? Well, we have to. It's the right thing to do. Okay, well, that's what we needed to do tonight. Let's go ahead and actually send Hugo home because we do need to get back to bed. We'll probably see you tomorrow, bro. All right, so it is Christmas morning, and the first 2 of our Sims up for the day are Hugalina and Emma. And then I'm going to have her come out, and she really needs to clean some coops and put some feed out for our chickens. And then after that, I'm going to have her clean the sheds. Rise and shine, boys. All right, so Thomas, it's 7 o'clock. You got to get up. Come on out here. Oh, and we do see something new here. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let's have him go ahead and plant this pear that we already had here. And then let's look through and see what else we can plant. Okay, I'm going to have him plant all those. Why is the chick still... Oh, you're very upset. All right, why is this chick still so upset after we cleaned this out? Aww. You know what? Put some more food out for them. Okay, everything is dirty. So we're probably focused on just having one big meal, and I'm going to have Thomas work on that and have Hugalina help him cook it. And then we'll have them go off to the church ceremony. So there's Thomas. Oh, he needs a bath. Merry Christmas, I guess, you guys. Well, then why don't you go entertain your sister. How about that? And go ahead and serve food. Hugalina, not quite time to go to bed. You're gonna go cry it out. That's so sad. Well, with the little kids in tow, we're probably not gonna have Thomas go into town to do the holiday ceremony. So what we'll do is we'll send Hugalina and Peter, and hopefully Thomas can get a little bit caught up here with maybe laundry or some repairs around the farm and with the kids, with the infants. And then, yeah. Okay, so they're eating, and then Peter, you can come and join them. So the kids are off to the holiday ceremony, or they're heading that way. And this is time for Thomas to go ahead and take a bath. I'm also going to have him try to do this laundry. Yeah, he's not going to have any fun, but you know what? He's not going to have any fun. So hopefully this bath makes him feel a little bit better. What a great Christmas. Well, you need to repair this because it's just terrible. Okay, go ahead and get out of the bath. You're just going to get dirty again. The kids are just going to be sad sometimes. That's just how it is. So not that we ever thought that Thomas took Cecily for granted, but he's definitely finding out all the things that she was responsible for. looking so satisfied with himself. Oh no, the kids are home. We've got Catherine playing in the cabinets here. And then, yeah, let's have him do whatever it was that he thought was going to be fun. I think that's when he wanted to go and play with the hen. But actually, now he's going to go play with the archery set, which we haven't gotten to show off to Peter, but that is kind of a gift that we're getting for him for Christmas. And also, it's going to be an important skill for him to learn as he grows up. It is actually time to go ahead and age up the infants to toddlers. For some reason, I was thinking that was like way off. It's not. What that means is we are going to be doing die rolls, and in order to age up successfully from infant to toddler, we just need anything other than a 4 or an 8. And for this time, I thought it would be fun to actually use the die roller instead of the just the number generator. So first up, we are going to be doing our roll for, let's just go in order, Catherine. And we just need to stay away from anything other than a 4 or an 8. And we got a 17. So a 17 is a saving throw. And then for Emma, we also need to roll a d20. And that is going to be, again, anything other than a 4 or 8. So let's keep it going with those odd numbers. Okay. Hey, even number, but that's fine. 10 is not a 4 nor an 8, so we will take it. So Emma has successfully aged up. She was a cautious infant, and she is now a charmer. All right, and age up Catherine. All right, so Catherine was a sunny infant. She is now, a clingy toddler. And here is little Catherine. And here we have little Emma aged up to a toddler. And she is not looking as happy. I mean, I think she's perfectly healthy, but she's a little bit on the struggle bus. Oh, she's like, love me, pick me up, give me a hug. All right. And can you check her and see what she needs? Help her out, please. Thank you. Okay, and while he's doing that, I actually want each of our kids to get a chance to check out their Christmas gifts before the end of the day, even though it's kind of late. They're not going to get a lot of use out of them right now. But here is the archery target practice setup. Go ahead and give that a try. Ooh, look at him. Oh, well, good try, buddy. You'll get it. That's why you got to practice. Hugalina is finishing up in her bath. He's getting a little frustrated, but you'll get it. When she gets out, I want her to work on her cross stitch. This is something I always imagined she would get to do with her mom, but unfortunately, it's not working out that way. I'm just going to have her work on a shapes pattern. Working on that very carefully. While Hugalina is working on that, we're going to have the toddlers ask Dad to put them to bed. Oh, good. More laundry. Just what we needed. We will call that a night on Christmas here at the Godfrey farm. This morning, we're starting off at the house of Henry and Lily Godfrey because his wife Lily has gone into labor. So we're actually going to start the day off by doing some dice rolls and hopefully seeing their first child. We are trying to get anything other than a 1. There we go. Oh, a 2. All right, we will take that and we'll go ahead and clear it. And for the baby, we just need to roll anything not ending, like basically not a multiple of 5. So no 5s, 10s, 15s, or 20s. Oh no, I swear. We've been having the worst time with these side household babies. All right, so that has happened, and the game had suggested the name Maddie, so I guess short for Matthew. So we just accepted that, but Yeah, their baby is gone now. So here's Lily coming in. She's very sad about it. Okay, well, we were going to see them and their festivities first, but I think I'm going to give them a little time and we're going to hop on over to Hugo and Annalise's house. And we're catching up with Hugo and Annalise just as some of their guests are arriving. And Annalise has made some forager stew for everybody. And they've really just invited over her family. So her parents, her sisters, and her brother. Most of them still live at home, but I know her oldest sister, Cecilia, is married and has, I think, one child at this point. Look at these sisters hanging out, or the sister and the mom. And then over here we have Poppy. So Hugo has actually started planting on his land. So we have a very small farming patch here, just a nice little patch here that we're growing. But can he call everyone to meal? Because I don't think we've done that still. And that's really what we want to see. We want to see everybody get some food. Everybody come and get it. All right, food's ready. Come get some forager stew. And yeah, it looks like everyone's having a great time. So we'll go check back in with Henry and Lily. I'm sure their guests are starting to arrive, and we'll just see how they handle it today with their loss this morning. So their guests have come over, and that includes the friar. So that's great that he can come and check on them. And they were going to do a little bit of singing, hopefully, for the holiday. Just all in a nice little row here. They don't have a lot of space in their house, so that's what they're gonna do. And Henry was just checking with Glenn. Yeah, and then we also have Malcolm, who is now the pub owner. So Henry actually wanted to talk to Lori a little bit. We've known her. She used to come around the main farm quite a bit, so they're kind of friends. And he was just gonna chat and let's see, discussed interests. And then I wanted to share 12th Night Spirit. And then, oh, well, we're not gonna scream incoherently and at her. No, thank you. What a tight little space they have here. Okay, we haven't asked about Thomas yet, but we're gonna do that. Yeah, let's have him talk him up. And then, okay, she seemed to take that pretty well. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end here because it's 8 o'clock and it's about time for us to send all these other folks home because Lily and Henry are going to head over to the main farm. Okay, we're catching up with them just in time because Lily just got here. So let's have somebody greet her. So let's have Thomas go ahead and start that bonfire. Perfect. Let's see if we can get some people to come hang out. And oh, oh my gosh. Let's see what's going on. Why is she so sad? I don't know if she gets stranger danger from small children, but let's see how they do. She's like, I'm gonna go get my brother. I don't want to do this. Now everybody's hanging out. Should we have them sing some holiday songs together? Let's do that. Let's all do that. Dad's having a good time, and it looks like Lily and Henry are getting into the spirit too. Oh, hello. Okay, there goes Bartholomew coming over. Let's see what's going on over here because she is still so sad. Oh, I never thought I was the kind of person who was like, let me torture my Sims, but because I'm really not. But it's so dramatic. Like it's so dramatic. Let's see what's going on here. I think it's usually because I try to keep everyone happy all the time. I try to keep everyone happy all the time. And in this challenge, you just can't do that. Oh, Bartholomew's having a good time. Oh, we'll have to deal with the brown cow. He's not happy. Goodness, everybody is having so many things going on. Oh my goodness. Is she going to give him a hug? Stop. Okay, we're going to go over here. Oh, is she though? Oh, that's so cute. And there's her sister off playing in the plant. So, okay, so she got a hug and now she's feeling a little bit better. That's great. And then over here, we have Emma talking to Catherine. Let's see, she's just babbling with her. Oh my goodness, there's so many things happening. Oh, that was really cute. Hugo just became good friends with Hugalina. That's so nice. This. Oh, hi, Henry and Lily. What is going on? Okay, well, they might need to get home soon then. So things are kind of winding down. I think, all our guests are going to start heading out pretty soon. But I did want to take a minute before we do that because they're going to want to leave. But we actually have to do some more die rolls tonight. So one of the people that hadn't come over to the fire that we're going to have to say goodbye to actually tonight, we know this is, we are going to say goodbye to Matilda Bond. But we actually are aging up the twin boys, so Hugo and Henry. So we're gonna have to do that dice roll. Okay, so Hugo is gonna go first, as it should be, because he is the older of the two siblings. And this is the really precarious one. This is the one Cecily didn't make it through last time. So we're doing the D20 again, but it's anything less than 9 is actually not successful. So we're looking for high numbers, baby. Oh no, shoot. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll get to that in just a moment. We'll get to that in just a moment. Because now we have to roll the die for Henry. Okay. All right. Same rules as before. High numbers, high numbers, high numbers, high numbers, high numbers. Okay. All right. So at least we still have Henry, and I didn't want to lose Hugo, but at least he has an heir. So maybe Bartholomew will make it to adulthood. Who knows? But okay. So I'm going to go ahead and we are going to have to say our goodbyes to Hugo. And make everybody miserable at the end of this really nice holiday that we had. Ooh, always the question, what is going to get him? You know what? Why not death by fire? Is that terrible? Okay, this is really grim, but I think we're going to do fire. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's get a better angle on this. And this way we can see everybody else and their reactions as well. Oh, very cinematic. Okay, let's go. Oh no. No, not Hugo. No. Let's see who notices first. Did Annalise already leave? Annalise. Girl, where are you? Okay, so she was like, okay, I'm going to take Bartholomew. We're heading home. They're like, I'm going to head out. And then her husband expires. Well, okay. So just like we did for Cecily, we're going to go ahead and try to plead. Oh, okay. So at least his dad is really upset. That is upsetting. I mean, you don't want to outlive your kids. Although, Hugo outlived, 3 of his 4 children? So that's the way it is. Okay, let's just take the whole scene in. And of course, Catherine's upset again. I don't know if it's about the death or just that there's still a lot of strangers at her house. I don't know. Oh, it didn't work. Oh no. Yep, you probably should get going, Lily. This is kind of a bummer. Everybody else is going to head out. It was still very successful holiday. They did technically get to do all the things they wanted to do. So sure, why not? Okay, I lied. I'm going to show a little bit. So we just had Matilda pass away, and It was pretty convenient because once we loaded onto the lot, she already had a buff that she was freezing. So we just went with that. She is passed, and this is her husband and her youngest daughter who are here. And they're going to kind of have a deep conversation about it. Oh, wasn't mom great? But here's the thing. So we had kind of come across this a little while ago, and I hadn't talked about it but it's tea. And so this is a little bit about my thought process in playing this challenge is that I kind of started out thinking I was going to try to keep it pretty along the lines of the historical situations. And we're still being guided by that, but also like stuff happens in The Sims and I'm just going to go with it. Like I said, Matilda was Cecily's mom and Petrus was her dad or is her dad. I noticed a while ago when you look at the relationships. So we see Matilda, who is his wife, and they weren't really friends. They weren't enemies, but they weren't really friends. And they had a little bit of love. But over here, apparently he's been having an affair with Thomas's father. And you know what? I'm thinking we'll see how it goes. But as it stands right now, they both should outlive both of their wives. And I'm thinking they might just, in their golden years, just move in together, as buddies, as friends. We're very sad because he lost his wife, and that is, the mother of his children. And clearly they were fond of each other. But we know that he has better days ahead, potentially with the love of his life, Philip. I don't know why this amuses me so much. It's because this game just does shit like this. It's these Sims just getting down with each other and not playing nice with the storylines I had in mind, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. Anyhow, that is the tea on that. The next few days of the winter season were filled up with things like Peter going into town and getting some more seeds and things that they needed back at the farm. And on his way home, he made a stop by to visit Annalise and Bartholomew and check on how they were doing. Bartholomew has been having a really hard time since his dad passed away. And he also checked in with Annalise to see how she was doing. But all of this has really tired him out, so his Aunt Annalise let him take a nap in her bed before he heads back to the main farm. Back at the farm, Thomas has really had his hands full with the toddlers. Everybody's really sad, and of course, toddlers always need a lot of help and care. And he's really been growing as a parent, getting better at figuring out what the kids need. In this case, she just needed a little fun, so he's taking some time to play with her before getting back to the chores on the farm. With both her father and her older brother busy, Hugelina takes it upon herself to check in with the animals. And here she is cleaning the llama and then comes over to take care of the cow as well. We've got to keep these animals happy. Everybody's helping out at the farm here this winter. And of course, we can't possibly have a week or even, it seems like a day without a visit from Grim. So Grim stopped by to reap our black rooster. So we tried to do some more planting as well with the seeds that Peter was able to get in town, and some of that we were able to get in the ground, but some of it we are not able to plant right now because the ground has now frozen over from being in the dead of winter. So if that thaws out soon, we'll go ahead and plant those and see if we can actually harvest anything this season. Hugelina is collecting eggs and making sure the chickens are taken care of. Can she talk to them? And we do have this egg that is going to hatch very soon, hopefully. Peter is taking care of the animal sheds and refilling their feed. And oh, look, we have a guest coming over. Let's go say hello to Catherine. Oh, and it looks like we have another guest. So we have little Emma talking to Lori. Oh, share the love. I think that's one of her options for her for her personality because she's a charmer. Oh, yeah. That's very nice. Well, we'll definitely want to have Thomas come over and talk to her. Oh, you know what? Ladder, why not? I wouldn't normally have him be that forward, but he's in an energized mood and it was the first option that popped up, so let's go for it. And of course, you know, she's one of the only women he knows, and so he's kind of in the market for a new spouse, and so maybe he's thinking about that. Let's see, small talk. Can we boast about family? Like, hey, our family is great. Don't you want to be part of our family? And since it's too cold to do any of the planting and it's too cold to fish, Peter decides that he's going to work on his archery skill a little bit. While Lori and Catherine are over, they offer to help Thomas catch up with some of the housework, especially the cooking. And then Thomas calls everyone to meal and they all sit down. This gives a chance for Thomas to talk to Catherine and Hugelina and Lori. Oh, let's see if we have any romance options. How about we just compliment appearance? Let's see how that goes. You make my day so much better. Thanks for making me smile, Thomas says. Aw, and he had a good time chatting with his daughter as well. Okay, so they are friends. He knows she's good, but we actually don't know her other traits, so maybe we should find that out. And then closer from happy memories and then cooking together. All right, let's see if we can get to know her a little bit and find out those other traits before we make such a big move like trying to actually add her to the household. I really love this hairstyle. I don't know how accurate it is to the time period, but it's not terribly bad. It's just kind of this swirly hair down style. High maintenance. Okay, let's think about this. Okay, so she's good, which we love. She loves outdoors and she is high maintenance. I mean, that would just add to the chaos here. I think we need to do it though. He really just doesn't know anyone else and he's kind of been getting by this year without a spouse, but it's time. Let's see if we can go ahead and arrange a marriage. All right, we found it. It was for under, let's see, relationship, other Sims, ask for marriage of convenience. He's laying it all out for her. Oh, right. And there is a handshake. Oh, it is really blurred. Okay. Thomas just got engaged to Lori. All right. And while that's happening, I also want to check in with our youngins, Peter and Hugelina, because each of them actually have an aspiration goal to make a BFF. And I want to just see if they can become BFFs. I don't know if they are close enough to be able to do that quite yet. Let's just get to know a little bit more and then we'll see if that gives them a chance to become BFFs, because that would be great. And we can see here on the wall, this is Hugelina's first cross stitch project. So she's hanging it over her bed. Oh my goodness, she's mourning. She's mourning Hugo. That's so sweet. I didn't realize they were that close. Oh, she can go feed this. We got a flirty treat when we went to the market. Peter picked that up. So let's see, can she call out the llama and feed that to her llama? Because I do want to see if we can get some different colors of wool so that she can use that for her cross stitching. I don't know if we should clean the llama first, but we'll give the llama a treat and see what happens. Oh, and that means that she has now unlocked the recipe so she can make them herself next time. Excellent. All right, you can go back inside, llama. Checking in with Henry and Lily. I did see that she has the option to take a pregnancy test, but she also has the option to throw up. So we're going to choose that because they didn't have pregnancy tests back then, at least not commercial ones. And also the throwing up probably is going to be confirmation for her that she is expecting another little baby. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and clean that up. That's really gross, but please go clean that up. So that's exciting news there. Of course, Henry is really still sad about his brother, and Lily is feeling sad for him. So, can she ask for advice? Like, how can I help you? And then maybe tell a joke about a funny family memory there. Hi, Henry. I know you're really sad, and I'm really sad about that too. Is there anything I can do? You remember that time when you and Hugo were out fishing? I don't know. Some funny memory insert here. And there's little Stella. Let's send Stella hunting. Let's just find out what that does. Go hunting, buddy. Let's take a look here and see how his crops are doing. It looks like he could fertilize, but otherwise his plants are doing all right. Yeah, same thing. He could talk to them or research, but he's just not feeling very good. And he's going to go ahead and put some food out, and we should probably collect eggs. And can we clean it as well? It's clean. Okay. Everybody's just going to kind of go to bed here. And we're also just going to pop in. I know it's late at night, but we're going to pop in at Annalise and Bartholomew's house. And we see that her brother, Guy, is here. He has actually temporarily moved in with Annalise as she's been recovering from the loss of her husband and trying to sort out if she's going to be able to keep their little farm, their little homestead going, if she's going to remarry or maybe move back in with her parents. So that's what we see here, is that he's moved in with them, and he's helping out with Bartholomew and just things that need to be done around the farm. And then, Annalise, can you put your toddler to bed? Let's go ahead and put him to sleep. All right, so that's what's going on there. As far as Annalise's future, I was looking to see if she knew any, eligible gentlemen in town, and she really doesn't. So I think we're going to have to rely on her parents to go ahead and try to make a match for her, because she doesn't want to move back in with them. She does want to keep the land, but she's not going to be able to keep that up as a single mother on her own back in medieval Henford. Out in the town, Maximus and Miriam are out talking to folks in the village, and one of the people they meet is named, let's see, this is Eshwar Chopra. So he is an adult and they are just acquaintances, but he is, I believe, unmarried. So, and just by taking a look at him, we can see that he is of a similar class to the King family, because they definitely don't want Annalise to marry down. Honestly, Hugo was just newly elevated to an appropriate class when they got married, so he was kind of questionable, but he did take care of her, so that was okay. But they are definitely looking for a very solid match for her at this phase of her life. All right. Oh, he's jealous. He's a loner and he's jealous. Oops. Enthused about thrill of the steel. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. I mean, Maximus is a kleptomaniac, so, we all have our things. Let's go ahead and check in on him. And can we ask, without it being like suggestive, can we ask if single? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Gonna come take a seat so they can chat a little bit more, mano a mano, and let's see what he has to say. Oh yes, he is single. That's great. Let's see if we can already go ahead and say, hey, you know what, we don't really have a lot of time. Let's just get down to it. So yeah, you know my daughter Annalise. You might have heard that she lost her husband recently. She's a really good match. Oh, that's interesting. Do we want to have her marry Eshwar, or do we want to have her marry? Yes, so Raj is actually Eshwar's brother. You know what? We really don't have another option. So you know what? Eshwar's like, look, thanks, but actually, ooh, what was that? He's like, actually, thanks, but I have a brother who needs to get married. So let's go ahead and set them up. Let's see if they can make this work. So we'll probably have him come by and meet up with Annalise tomorrow so they can get to know each other, but they are engaged. So that's exciting. Luckily, we did get some thawing in the ground, so the family is all out here. It's pretty early in the morning, but they are taking their chance to go ahead and plant all the other seeds that they wanted to plant for the season. And we only have a couple more days left until the end of the season, so I'm not confident that we're going to get a harvest out of this, but we're going to give it our best shot. It's all we can do. As we get to the end of the season, we do come to our last holiday of winter, which is St. Valentine's Day. And we're starting off the day here at Annalise's to go over what the traditions are, which is attend holiday ceremony and then also enjoy romantic spirit. So, of course, all of our Sims are going to go to the ceremony. And afterwards, we are actually going to have our weddings. So before that can happen, Eshwar has brought Raj over to talk to Annalise. He's coming to talk to her first, and they're talking about how it's a great holiday. And of course, that, he and her parents have given a blessing for this marriage. And then she gets a chance to actually chat with Raj a little bit. And let's see, can we do any romantic interactions? Oh, it looks like Raj is actually kind of uncomfortable. I hope that's not about the wedding and the marriage. I hope it's just like it's cold outside or something about that. But she's going to kind of show him some affection here and give him a little cheek kiss. Oh, let's see how that goes. Oh. What is that? She tries again. And he seems a little bit better with it this time. So we're going to go ahead and get them ready to go over and we'll meet everyone at the church. Here we are after the holiday ceremony. And first up, we are going to see Thomas and Lori get married. Aww. And the friar's like, yeah, you guys got it from here. We're good. Oh, all right. Would Thomas like to complete the ceremony with a kiss? Ooh, that's kind of awkward because this was going to be their first kiss, but okay, sure. Oh, that was such a chaste little cute kiss. And then we're going to move in together. Awesome. Let's just have him express fondness. And, he's really appreciative because although he really likes her, they're not in love. And, he really does need that help with the family. And so he's really appreciating this marriage of convenience here. All right. Can he say anything? Oh, he can share St. Valentine's Day excitement with his dad. And Hugalina, how would you come and do something like that with your new stepmother? Yeah, let's sing about St. Valentine's Day. Oh, look at that family. All getting to know each other. Oh, and we have someone else from the town coming through. Yeah, this is actually the wife of the pub owner. So we might see her again at some point too. Oh, you guys didn't need to stay and watch. They're like, we know. We were at her last wedding. Oh. And sure, again, a little awkward because it is their first kiss. Aww. And now they're married. And we're gonna have them move in together. So as we were setting up, combining the households and just checking in with them, I did take a look at Raj's information and I realized we may have made a very big mistake because Totally agreed to this match without ever looking at what Raj's traits were. So let's take a look at that now. Yeah, so he has a domestic trait, which is great because he does have a family aspiration that I'll look at in a minute. But he is also erratic. He's ambitious, which we're not mad about, but he hates children. Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to go, if he's going to be the evil stepfather to Bartholomew here. But it is funny because he has a successful lineage aspiration, which means that he actually wants to raise really good children, but I guess maybe he just doesn't like them when they're little. We'll see how that goes for our family here. Oh, this is so cute. On his own, Peter decided to come over and offer to help join cooking with Lori. So I think it is really good that a lot of the family already knew her before she moved in. I think that's what made it easier for her to decide that she was going to actually marry Thomas. And so I think this is going to go pretty well. Okay, we'll see if he actually joins. He said he was going to. Oh no, it just says chat. She's like, no, I've got it. Thanks though. And then Emma is extremely tired. What is she going to do here? She's going to go play in the snow. Why don't you just go back to sleep? And actually, you can ask for your dad to put you to sleep. That would be great. Everybody else is going to come to dinner in a minute. I just need Peter to go ahead and clean this up. We'll get back to making this later. And let's see, Hugalina. And then also Catherine is super, super tired. So she can just go to sleep as well. She's very excited. She's like, I made my first meal for my new family. Let's have her, well, she is eating, but let's have her also call to meal. All the kids are coming over and the family is having their first dinner together. Oh, I caught them having a little hug while they're eating dinner before they head off to bed. Now, as is the custom on the wedding night, Thomas has something to say to Lori. Like, hey, I know this was a marriage of convenience, but we're married, right? And she's like, absolutely. So. Oh, she is about to woohoo for the first time. Well, that's good to know. We know it wasn't the first time for Thomas. He's got all these kids. But yeah, so that's where we're going to leave it for this holiday. It looks like he was able to check off all of the items, and hopefully, yeah, this should check off for her as soon as they finish their current activity. So we'll see you in the morning. And finally, the last day of the winter season, we see everyone just kind of hanging out around the farm and getting chores done. We see Lori taking over with the laundry. We see Thomas doing some fishing. Hugalina is helping clean up around the farm. And Peter is doing some last preparations for the crops before we go ahead and harvest them today, which is really the main event for our Sims. Hugalina was going to help them out, but she's actually not feeling well this morning. So that's okay because Peter and Thomas have it all under control. Now, unfortunately, we do have some of our crops further back. So like some of these larger watermelon and mushroom crops that we didn't get a chance to start planting until later in the season. And unfortunately, they're not going to be ready to harvest today. However, they are crops that work throughout multiple seasons. So we're just going to leave them in place and we'll go ahead and harvest them next season. So the result of our full harvest is we now have 84 bunches of spinach. We have over 100 bunches of sage, 36 pears, and 15 onions. And Thomas was also able to catch a couple of fish earlier today. So we're going to go ahead and hand those over to Lori so that she can use them in making dinner. And the kids also collected some fertilizer from cleaning up for the animals. You know how couples just start looking like each other after a while? Maybe that's what's going on right now. All right. We also have the twins over here. Let's see how they're doing. Let's see. Emma wants to talk to her dad, and then Catherine is playing with the horsey toy. Peter's trying to take a bath in his parents' room, which disappoints Lori because she wanted to go take a nap. You know what, though? It's so hard for them to take baths here. I kind of just want him to finish doing that. Let's give Lori those fish. Yeah, fish in a stick. Oh, well, let's see. She has 3 fish. All right. So while she's working on that, we are going to head out and go ahead and check in with Henry and Lily because it is actually Lily's birthday today. And so we're going to go ahead and see if we can age her up. Miss Lily is turning 30, and that means we need to roll for her. And what we're looking for here is anything, what we're looking for here is anything higher than a 9. So 9 or above, any of those are going to be okay for us. All right, and we're rolling our D20. And she got a 16, so she is just fine. And we'll check back in with her and Henry when it's time for her to have the baby. Or maybe the babies. I don't know. That's kind of how things have been going for us recently. All right. So, ma'am, you get to still stay mad about being pregnant, but is what it is. At least you get to live into this next age stage. Back at the main farm, Lori has finished making dinner for everyone. So she's going to go ahead and wait a minute. Let's see. It is normal quality. That's okay. And she is going to go ahead and call everyone to meal for the final meal of the season. The family's all coming over here. And then we'll just kind of leave them all here. But I think overall it has been an interesting and eventful winter, and we will see our Sims in the spring. As always, thanks for hanging out with me and the Godfrey family, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.